Hey guys, it's me, Rasequi0 again. You know Rasequi0. This is a video response to one of Magus X1's, one of his newer rants on nostalgia horrors. This is also mostly towards the old school fanboys. And, this is mostly targeted towards Mega Man 9. That game is really no different from any of the other Mega Man games in the classic series. And the thing is that no one ever really complains about Mega Man or Mario. It's like they're the Jesus of video games. No one complains about them. But the thing is about going back to Mega Man 9 is that Mega Man 9 is no different. Capcom didn't make that for anything. They didn't put any effort, barely any effort. All they did was just, take some stuff from Mega Man, put it in there, and we're done. And they removed the Mega Buster, and they took away the slide. They took that all away, and they added the glitches, all out of pure nostalgia. They knew that they would make it, that it would sell well because all the old school fanboys would buy it, and it worked. They made it out of pure laziness, and really that's the problem. It's like it sold well, but really was it that good of a game? It's like Random DCE. He's also an old school fanboy. Like in one of his handy dandy guides, he said that he would vote that Mega Man 9 to be Game of the Year before it even came out. And then when he reviewed the demo, he said he wasn't that excited. Pretty hypocritical of Random DC is in it. But he also seems like an old school fanboy because he nitpicks at every new game, like about the trailers. It is true that in new trailers these days in gaming you get more trailers than you used to. You used to only get like one, but it's just a choice to watch trailers. People make such a big deal out of it. Same goes for video game commercials. Yeah, they suck now, but is this something that huge? Yeah, so yeah, they're this mostly targeted towards the retro old school fanboys. It's like they want every game to look like a Sega Genesis NES game. But all that stuff leads to Mega Man 9, where the series just de-evolved itself and goes back 10 years, all out of pure nostalgia and nothing new. But now we have the Wii and everything, mine over there, and now we have more chance for innovation, and gaming isn't as limited as it used to be anymore. They should take advantage of that and appreciate that. But others just hold on to it, other older games, just out of pure nostalgia. Like, why not play a newer game and eventually it'll become very nostalgic to you? They're also old movie, that was my cat, my cousin's cat sneezing, and it's like they think that something is just good out of pure nostalgia, but without that nostalgia factor, it's nothing. If Mega Man 9 didn't have that nostalgia factor for everyone else, no one would really buy it. Some people, but not a whole lot. Like, Mega Man 9 really isn't that good of a game. It's just all out of pure nostalgia, like everyone says. Nothing else. It's no different from any Mega Man game. Mega Man is going downhill. You know it. Everyone knows it. We all know Mega Man and Mario are just, well, not going downhill, but they're getting stale as all hell. But they're the Jesus of video games. No one will ever complain about them, even though their companies, Capcom and Mega Man, are adding nothing new to the series. Like what Sega does, unlike what Sega does to Sonic, at least they add something new to the series. Sorry, I'm sounding a little like stuttering. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. But it's like, also, if someone is born from a different time, it doesn't mean that they're not a true gamer or a true person. It's like they think that something's so awesome that they grew up with. It's like when like retro fanboys, video game fanboys, seem to think that like if a kid is born from a different generation, from a different time of gaming, they think that they're not a true gamer. But it doesn't matter what time. As long as you like video games and you like buying them, you're a gamer. It doesn't matter what generation you come from. And I actually prefer new games over old ones. And as a kid, I grew up more with the Game Boy and Nintendo 64, but I also had an NES. It doesn't work anymore, but I still have the games. And the NES isn't as good as people say. Like, And also, I know people say that games used to be simple and everything, but like, what's wrong with this? You know, it's like Random DC said that this is something stupid. How is this stupid? See, you move it around. It's wireless now. You don't need a big wire. It looks cool. See? See? And no, it doesn't look like a dildo like Chad Warden always says. Now he says it looks like a dildo. All they do is retro fanboys, video game fanboys, nitpick at everything that's new. Well, it is true that that new TV shows suck, and I do feel sorry for any kid that has to grow up with those TV shows, but I'm okay if they grow up with something new in video games, because there's nothing really wrong with new video games. The only thing I hate in video games now is first person shooters. I hate them. They're not shooting games, they're shitting games. I want to take a shit on them. Like Halo 3, that game's okay. Alright, but not the best game ever. It's no different from any other first person shooter. It's generic, short. And Master Chief is one of the worst video game characters of all time. All he does is a guy in a suit with a gun, and he just goes around. How many times have we seen that? And yeah, also Bakugan, that's something also bad. It's horrible. The worst Pokemon rip of all, worst Pokemon anime. But you know, the thing is that also about the retro fanboys is that kids of this generation, like once they grow up, they're gonna become retro fanboys just like the ones of these days. I'm not gonna put any hate on Spax, because even though he does love Mega Man 9, I guess I'm alright with it. But you know, I really don't see why he would like love it. But, you know, because it's really no different. Like I said, it's not any different from any other Mega Man game. Capcom made out of pure laziness. And you know, you shouldn't be obsessed with the nostalgia factor in a video game. I know Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the most nostalgic games I've ever played, same goes for Pokemon Gold and Silver. But I don't play them all the time out of pure nostalgia. I don't think they're the best games ever of pure nostalgia, even though they are some of the best games I've ever played. It's because the gameplay is why I play them. That's why, not because they're nostalgic. So, you know, really that's all I have to say. I should cut this video short because I could also, you know, get through the YouTube limit. You know, get this video shortened, and it takes forever and takes too much memory. So, you know, that's all I have to say. You know, don't get obsessed with the nostalgia factor in a video game. Mega Man 9 is overrated. And, you know, quit nitpicking at everything new in a video game. What's wrong with Nintendo? What's wrong with Super Smash Bros. Brawl? All Random DCE did in his review of Brawl was nitpick at everything. Say it's repetitive and that's too easy. When really Brawl plays exactly like Melee. How is it repetitive? Answer me that, Random DCE.